Okay, welcome back to WorldCupPreview.com, and we're up to Group D now, consisting of
Germany, Australia, Serbia, and Ghana.
Right.
So, just looking at this group itself. Okay. First, before we begin, I want to apologise if we biased with Australia in this video because we're actually Australians.
Yeah, exactly.
You can see
that.
the shirts and the decorations behind us. So, you can expect us to be biased with Australia. However, we use our heads, not our hearts.
When we do the analysis, it will come up with a more objective view. Not
yeah. So
go the mighty Socceroos.
Yeah. Come on,
go you good thing.
Right. So just looking at this from a neutral perspective, it's a very tough group.
It is. People are saying Group G is a group of death with Brazil, Portugal, Ivory Coast and North Korea, but this is definitely the group of death because all four teams have a chance.
The group of need death.
I mean, it's all four teams have a chance of getting through, or any of the four teams could perish. Realistically, Germany won't perish, but any one of the teams can easily make it, and that's why this is a classic group of death. And it's all the more difficult for us to analyze, and I mean, as you'll see, even after talking to you guys now, we still won't come up with a firm decision. It's just very difficult to.
It is.
But anyway, look, let's start.
Very tough. So let's move on to
Ghana.
Ghana? Alright, move on to Ghana. Ghana, well, they easily qualified in the African section. They're one of the top teams in Africa. They'll be playing at home in terms of the continent.
Yeah.
So in that sense, Ghana will be well supported in South Africa.
I think a lot of the South African public will support the African teams, so
they will.
You can take that into account when you're actually thinking about how they'll perform.
The other thing, Ghana last year won the under-20.
That's right, and a lot of the players have come in from there.
But whether they're
I think it's a bit too soon. Maybe 2014. That I mean,
in Brazil, 2014, they could do something very special there.
Yeah.
But so that generation probably, it's just a bit too early for them to shine on the World Cup.
I'll tell you what,
stage.
that midfield is going to. That's the best midfield in. We'll get to Serbia in a second. One of the best midfields in this group because you've got Stephen Appiah, you've got Michael Essien, who's pretty much the rock of that team, and Solly Muntari in that midfield, and it's a wonderful midfield that's going to cause a lot of problems for Australia, for a lot of teams, and as with every African team, very good technically, organisation. You don't know if they're going to do it. And in terms of actual firepower, they've got that great midfield here, but 4 goals in 5 games in the Nations Cup, not really. That doesn't really convince me too much to see.
The star player by far, Marco Essien.
Yes. However, and the big injury cloud. He's not playing tonight in the FA Cup final. He's still fighting to get fit. So just wondering if he's going to be fit. Again, it's just all these fine lines. We talk about each and every one of these teams, other than Germany, to have each of their star players available and doing really well because that's how tight it is, we think. And he needs to be there.
So if say Essien is not there, how does that impact on Ghana's chances?
It just doesn't look like the same team. It just does not look like the same team. I mean, they do still have European players, Muntari and Appiah and things like that. But it just doesn't look like the same team. He really is the heartbeat of the team. And I mean, I genuinely believe that they could have beaten Brazil 4 years ago if Essien wasn't suspended. They had a good game. I mean, the score sheet will say it's 3-0, but they played a wonderful game that day and almost upset Brazil. They're only caught out in the counter a couple of times. But anyway, that's a discussion for something else. But they just goes to show how capable they are. 4 years ago, first World Cup, upset Czech Republic. It was got out of the group and gave Brazil a run for their money.
Well, Ghana, I mean, the youth level, they've actually done pretty well on stages. Like 993 and 20-minute final as well, and I mean, youth level they've always been great, but for some reason those youth players haven't been able to make the transition to senior side and perform. I mean, this is the second time World Cup. 2006 was the first time, and so now I think we might be seeing some consistency, and the Ghanaian Ghanaian teams qualifying for the World Cup. But yeah, I think they've got the talent. Just as I said, African teams talented, technical ability great, but organisation. Against European teams that are well organised, such as Germany, is going to be extremely well organised. The German, on paper, might have less technical ability than the Ghanaians, but because of the superior organisation, Ghana's going to suffer, and they're going to get caught out. So, and also African teams generally defense is a big weakness for African teams because organisation, you have to be organised.
You gotta really, command your area and things like that. And sometimes they're lacking.
Yeah. Alright. So that's pretty much Ghana in a nutshell. Very tough, but they can do it provided it's fit to play and is actually playing well. If not, unlikely I think. But before we talk about that.